All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for joining me on another beautiful day. If you don't know me, my name is Blake. Welcome to my motovlog motorcycle YouTube channel. Today we're reviewing the Kawasaki Z650, the 2018 model. This one is in beautiful matte black with pearl black essence. I absolutely love it. It's absolutely gorgeous with the pearl. Just love it. Alright, well anyways, let's get started on this. I've already taken this for a ride for about 10 minutes or so now, and I am more than thoroughly surprised with this bike. It is a 650 twin, so it's a little smaller than the FZ07 and the FZ09. The FZ07 is the 749, this is the 650, also in the Ninja 650. So let's just take this thing for a ride. I'll give you a proper review and what you guys should look for if you're looking to get into one of these bikes. Before we get started though, I want to give a shout out to my friends up at Westside Motorsport for letting me take this bike out, letting me take future test rides on their other bikes, and kind of starting up a YouTube channel again. It's been a long time, so I want to thank Nate and I want to thank Charlie. And if you guys have any questions, if you guys are curious about starting into bikes or looking into getting new bikes, go talk to them up at Westside Motorsports in Spokane, Airway Heights area. All right, let's get started on this thing. Okay. So first off, you can tell it's a small bike. But one thing I really like so far, the turning radius. Oh my gosh, I feel like I could turn this thing around anywhere. I could just turn it around right here. Let's see. Let's see if I can just turn around right here. That was close. If I was a better rider, I could do it. But anyways, let's get started on this thing. First thing you'll notice when you hop on, it's really slender, really slim. Everything pushes forward. Like, it looks like a fighter jet trying to take off. It's got really pointy, symmetrical. Oh, it looks just so good. I like the tank. It's very slim. It's tall, but it's slim. And you notice you're sitting in the bike, not on top of it. My FZ feels like I'm kind of on top of it, kind of riding it. This feels like we're more one with the bike. It is a brand new bike. Like, it has 10 miles on it, and so I'm not gonna take it too hard. This is not my bike, this is not my property, and I'm gonna be more than respectful for Westside for letting me do this in the first place. So I'm gonna just tell you what I think of it. Coming from someone who has a naked bike, this is kind of my review, kind of my thoughts on it. I'm gonna be honest about what I think about it. I'm in fourth. I'm gonna give it 3/4 throttle. 3/4 throttle, let's see what it does. At 50 miles an hour. Pulls pretty good. I'll be honest, that thing pulls pretty good. That was 3/4 throttle. It wasn't even full throttle. I do not want to give this thing, you know, I just don't want to push it past its limits. It's got 10 miles on it, trying to keep it safe, trying to keep it proper. One thing that's nice, it feels so small, it feels less than 400 pounds. I'm not 100% sure. I will post it on the screen how much it actually weighs wet with all the fluids, full tank of gas. I'll post it right on the screen. But my guess, right around 400 pounds, maybe less, because this thing feels super light, it's flickable. It just wants to lean into these corners. Holy moly. We're cruising at 64. There is a lot of wind, but so far I'm pretty comfortable. I ride naked bikes, so I understand the wind, and I've never had too much of an issue, so I'm not gonna complain. I think one thing I would do is probably change out these handlebars. It's not really my thing. Me personally, I like a little bit leaned over. It feels a little more sporty. I don't want a sport bike where I'm leaned over completely, but something a little more sporty. It feels like you're actually not just cruising around. It feels like you're actually gonna take this thing to corners, take it to a track. So I would probably put like a Pro Taper bar on here just because that's what I prefer. It's what's on my FZ. Make it lean a little forward, maybe even a little farther down, because I don't know. I just feel like these are a little high. Suspension, actually pretty solid. It feels stiffer than my FZ did stock. I have a 2014 FZ09, if you guys don't know. The suspension on those, on the first gen of the FZs, were pretty bad, pretty soft. And one of the first things I had done to my bike was I upgraded the suspension. But this thing, honestly, this isn't a super insane track bike. This is more of a cruiser, but has the torque, has the capabilities to have some fun on some twisties and some curves. So I don't know if I don't think I would touch the suspension. Maybe if possible tighten it, or you know, stiffen it up a little bit, but it does not have adjustable front suspension. Let's take it around this corner, see how it feels. It does have a brand new tire on it, brand new bike, so I'm not gonna push it too much. Just see how it feels. Alright, I dig it. But so far I'm impressed. This thing has more power than I expected. I ride an FZ09, so probably not quite as much power as that, but it definitely probably around 60-ish horsepower. I'd say around FZ07 range. Alright, I'm gonna spin around right here. Hopefully carefully. And go the other way. Oh yeah, that's nice. No problem turning around. And you got first, second, third gear. Pulls pretty good. Fifth and sixth, you're not gonna get much out of this. This ain't a sport bike. It's got some pull, but it's not gonna pull you out of your pants. It's not gonna push you back in the seat like the triples, like the 4-cylinder motors, the sport bikes. It doesn't have the top end power. This thing is made for that low end to mid-range torque, and I'd say it does a pretty good job with that. This is a good beginner to intermediate. I think someone my size, I'm 5'7", 5 feet 8 tall, 5 feet 8 inches, 5 feet 8 inches tall, right around that area. This thing's very comfortable for me. But someone too much taller than me, probably like, I don't know, 6 foot, you'd be scrunched up on this thing. I am comfortable. I have longer legs for someone my size, but I'm very comfortable in this position. But if someone a little taller than me, probably a little more weight, this thing would not pull you as much. I only weigh about 140 pounds, so this thing, it has enough for me, for my size. But if you're too much bigger than this, I'd probably upgrade. If you're looking at Kawasaki, like the Z900, something like that, or Yamaha, the FZ09, if you're too much bigger than me. But yeah, this is a great intermediate starter bike. I think someone could start on this bike first day. Never ridden before. As long as they knew how to change gears, use a clutch, this thing is not gonna, it's not gonna pull you out. It's not gonna pull you out of your seat. Yes, it does have enough power, but as long as you're careful and you take your time trying to learn a bike, this is a good starter bike. You could do more than enough with this to be happy, and it'll last you. It'll last you. My buddies have FZ07s, probably a little more horsepower than this, but they've had them forever and they haven't grown out of them. So 650, 700 mark, these are good bikes to get started on and to own for many, many years. So, or this ain't gonna be a top end speed bike. It ain't gonna go probably past 110, 120, but I don't think it needs to. This bike has its own purpose. It's got its purpose and it knows it. It's a low end. This is a round town city hoon bike. This is a second gear wheelie machine. I guarantee it. I'm not going to test it. It's got 17 miles on this motor, but this thing is, I feel like, more than capable. With the power I felt, it feels just like a stock FZ07. With the power I felt, more than capable of doing wheelies in second and third gear. Brakes, I'd say pretty quality. It's got the Nissan, just like my FZ does, just like the other FZs do. The Nissan brakes, this thing seems just good or better than the stock ones on those, and they're all right. They'll do the job. For this amount of power, this is enough brakes. It's got enough brakes for it. The suspension, I'd say, is more than adequate. It's got more than enough bounce, and I feel more than comfortable going around corners. This thing wants to go around corners. Oh yeah, this thing, oh yeah, that's the first time I've really gotten on it, kinda, and that felt good. Fourth gear, like half throttle, this thing wanted to take off. It's got more power than I expected. It's gonna pull you, and still probably gets 50 miles a gallon, which is nice. Alright, we're gonna hop on the freeway now, see how this thing does. I can imagine it's not gonna be too great on the freeway. Just as any probably naked bike like this, it's gonna be a lot of wind, but let's test it out. I know it's gonna have enough power. I'm in third. This thing comes up, no problem. Please do not pull out in front of me. That would be great. Hey, golden. These are fresh tires, so you know, don't want to get too crazy leaning, but oh yeah, definitely a vibration. I can feel it, but it goes away after you yeah, it definitely goes away. It feels good though. There's a vibration when you're gassing on, probably around 4 to 6 grand, maybe 3 to 6,000. There's a vibration, a slight vibration, but that's to be expected with twins. They're just not as smooth. And like even at this speed, this is so flickable. This is one of the most flickable bikes I've ever felt. Like that is some kind of comfortable. It doesn't want to go straight. It just wants to lean. It wants to go to the track, have some fun. It wants to, you know, this is the kind of bike that it wants you to wring its neck, meaning it wants you to take off. It wants you to go through the gears, bash it off red line, and it's not going to have any issues. Just like the Z650, this thing feels the same. It wants you to go, it wants you to use it and have fun with it. That's what these things are made for. And this thing feels just like that. And it's very comfortable. We're riding one hand, this thing more than comfortable. We're hopping on I-90 back up to Westside Motorsports. Let's see how she is with traffic. These are fresh tires. I'm the first person to ride on this bike. So these tires are, I do not want to lean them too far. I do not want to gas into these corners just because I don't want anything to happen. Let's keep it that way. Alright, hopping on the freeway now. Come on, go. Alright, now we're on the freeway. We're on an uphill. This is an uphill, and I'm going in 60 or 70 miles an hour in 6th gear. No problem. Absolutely no problem. Feels comfortable, feels just like the FZ. Still has, just cranking the throttle, still gasses up. It's got more than enough. Or you can downshift, have a little more there. More than capable. This is a good little bike. 650 Kawasaki Ninja, or Kawasaki. This is the 2018 Kawasaki Z650. And I'm gonna say, I'll be honest, I didn't think it would be anything. I didn't think it would be comfortable. Well, I knew it would be comfortable. I didn't think it would be, I thought it'd be a turd, to be honest. But it looks good, it feels good. We're gonna get around this guy. Looks good, it feels good. I'll be honest, this is a good little bike, and I'm gonna speed up. This is a good little bike. I'm comfortable. I'm a small guy, so yeah, it's not for the big. This is a small bike meant for people probably less than 6 feet. Okay, so we're pulling back into Westside Motorsports now, and I've put about 25 miles on this bike. Taking it on some twisties, taking it on some freeways, and I just want to tell you, this is the 2019 Kawasaki Z650. This is a quality bike. I was expecting a turd. I was expecting it to not have anything, but this thing feels good. It's slim, it's light, it's very agile. It's a very quality bike. So if you guys have stayed this long, I'd really appreciate it if you guys would go down below, comment what you thought, comment what bike you guys think should be ridden next, and let me know what you think. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you're interested, please stop by Westside Motorsports up in Airway Heights and say hi to Charlie, say hi to Nate. Those guys have been so good to me. So I hope to be doing a lot of test rides with them, testing out some bikes, making videos. So that's all I got for today, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.